Hello, my name is Jonathan McGee, and here in front of me I have an interview of CEO John Stumpf, approximately 1 week after the Wells Fargo scandal was revealed. Here in front of me is a politician by the name of Elizabeth Warner who is questioning Stumpf of his knowledge or involvement within the scandal and whether or not he really did know if Carrie Tolstead, who is head of the division where all 5,300 employees were fired because of their involvement with the Wells Fargo scandal and creating those fake accounts. Within this interview, Elizabeth Warner is questioning John Stumpf on his involvement with the scandal, and she's asking some intense questions and some exposing questions on his involvement. Now I want you to pay attention to his body language and his responses to the questions.
Of that award. Mr. Stumpf, the response to our letter confirms that you knew of this scandal. Before Ms. Tolstead retired, it said, and this is from your letter, quote, senior management and the board were aware of the pending litigation, investigation, and discussions with our regulators relating to sales practices when Ms. Tolstead indicated her decision to retire. Is that accurate, Mr. Stumpf, what this letter says? Were you personally aware of the massive problem that occurred under Ms. Tolstead's watch in July when she announced her retirement?
I was aware of that. We were involved in discussions with the city attorney, the OCC, and the CFPB, yes.
So you had some indication there was a massive problem.
We had some indication that we had 1% of our people who were doing the wrong thing.
Also known as a massive problem.
Well,
if you knew this, did you consider firing Ms. Tolstead before she retired?
Well, at the time, she was reporting to our president and chief operating officer.
Now here we can see, based off the question, Mr. Tolstead is not quick to respond. He is nodding his head, kind of fidgeting, and seems pretty nervous during the questioning, as if he was involved and was aware of Mrs. Tolstead involvement within the scandal and whether he knew that she was involved in the scandal and why or why not he did not fire her within the time frame of that scandal.
It's a simple question. No, you knew there was a problem. Did you consider firing her?
No, because of her...
Seriously? You found out that one of your divisions had created 2 million fake accounts, had fired thousands of employees for improper behavior, and had cheated thousands of your own customers, and you didn't even once consider firing her ahead of her retirement?
In fact, when I look at her full body of work, and I look at the customer loyalty.
Now here, after that intense questioning from Ms. Warner, CEO John Stumpf is not quick to answer. He's very avoidant of the questioning and seems to be in denial about whether he was truly aware of the scandals or not. Now, based off of this, we can tell that we can question whether he's really involved in the scandal and if he really knew about this. The interview goes on with some more intense questioning on Mr. Stumpf, and he later does a full apology for Wells Fargo and for the company and the involvement with the scandal, and wants to clarify that Wells Fargo is not about those values and in conclusion, it is unclear what the real intentions of John Stumpf were within the scandal and if he was truly involved. But later on, CEO John Stumpf later resigned towards the end of the year, and Carrie Tolstead was later retired at the end of the year. So the key main figures within this scandal were later retired or resigned and were no longer with the company, which helped with the reputation and the overall purpose of the company. Thank you for listening.